Cardano is in a league of its own, people. They're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. The problems that this project is aiming to solve is incredible. And the fact is that when a company goes from just being a solid company to being this behemoth, it usually has to do with partnerships, mergers and acquisitions, and things that are much bigger than the industry alone that one company's in. And that's what Cardano is doing. Think about the visionary that Steve Jobs was, especially with Pixar and Disney and putting that together. The man at the top of Cardano is named Charles Hoskinson, and he is exactly Steve Jobs of the crypto world. He's been saying that we need to expect big things, and now we're starting to see it. Hey everyone, my name's Nolan. My students call me Professor G, and it is my passion helping young people understand personal finance and the ins and outs of starting a business. Let's do this. Now let me break it down for you. The issue that most investors, and I myself as an investor, have with a lot of these cryptocurrency projects is, are they actually going to be useful? Will they actually do what they say they're going to do? At the Cardano Summit this weekend, so much was unveiled about what Cardano is actually going to do and what they have in the way of actual process to actually making this happen. They're going to be adding, and they actually are already adding, NFTs, Decentralized Finance or DeFi, bunch in the way of digital identity. And then one of the biggest ones is that they're aiming to help climate change. Instead of solving problems that are right in front of their face, Cardano is doing things like envisioning a better economy and doing whatever they can to create that. Some incredible partnerships were announced at this summit. And so I want to go through a couple of them to get you guys as excited as I am. At the end of the day, the more partnerships that actually work out and the more use cases that Cardano has, the more valuable the actual coin's going to be. And I think that's what we kind of care about as investors. So first is a company called Veritry. Veritry is a restoration-focused technology company that leverages blockchain to provide tree planting organizations with a robust and transparent integrated planting management platform for global restoration efforts. The Veritry platform allows planting organizations to gather ground-level data, manage their projects more effectively, and deliver sponsors a world-class transparent experience. Veritry's mission is to break down the barriers facing more widespread adoption of nature-based solutions, with transparency being one of the largest barriers. This one to me was one of the biggest things that stood out, and that's why I just wanted to start it off first. If you guys have taken a look at all on any documentary on any platform, but especially on Netflix, almost everything has to do with the fact that the climate change is real, y'all.
We need to start rethinking how we consume everything, from our food to our power.
Climate change is happening.
Change has to start somewhere. Maybe it's time we all change.
If we can't figure out sustainability in that way, there's not going to be an earth for us to even be on. So when projects and companies are starting to really work on that, I think massive amount of people are going to get behind that, and they're going to want to help support whatever they can do. With Cardano leading the way on something huge like this, I think this is going to be a game changer, y'all. The next one is a partnership with a company called Rival. Now this one is exciting because everyone's talking about esports these days, and this has a lot to do with esports and just sports in general. Rival is an enterprise platform solution that empowers companies and organizations to leverage the popular of gaming and esports to acquire new customers, drive engagement, build a loyal community around their brands, and create new revenue streams. The cool thing is that Rival is already up and running, and they already have huge partnerships with the NFL, with the Seattle Seahawks. They also have a partnership with the NHL's Arizona Coyotes and the NBA's Detroit Pistons. They also have a partnership with the English Premier League, which is huge because that's an international scale, not just the United States. The next partnership is with a company called UBX, which is starting to get them even deeper into the finance game. But there's so much going on with Cardano and DeFi or Decentralized Finance that's just going to be a game changer in itself. The next partnership that they announced was with AidTech. AidTech's platform brings transparency and traceability to the distributions of resources by governments, NGOs, corporates, and charities. It's going to bring seamless and transparent delivery of data and payments directly to end users. This is the kind of thing that people get very excited about, because when it has to do with banking or money or finance, where you want it to be secure and private, they're about to level up the game and they're going to be one of the first movers, and that's just going to be huge for their competitive advantage and ultimately the value of the coin. One of the biggest partnerships as well that they talked about at this summit was the partnership with Chainlink, which is another very, very solid project in the cryptocurrency world. But the fact that these two are going to work together, Chainlink brings to the relationship some very, very strong databases. And as we know nowadays, data is king. So whoever has the most data and has the most reliable data, quickest data, best data, they're going to win out. Think about what's made Facebook and Amazon rise to the top. It's data. So all this being said, I have some predictions. As I've mentioned before, Cardano is a project that from the beginning, Charles Hoskinson made it something where it's going to be slow and steady, but it's going to be done right. He also laid out a framework where there's going to be 5 main stages. Right now we're in stage number 3. The jump from stage to stage has come with a huge price increase, which totally makes sense because from stage to stage, the idea is that Cardano can do more. And so the biggest thing at this stage that we're at right now is the use of smart contracts and the fact that people can actually put those together, which has absolutely skyrocketed the price from where it used to be. The next upgrade, called Basho, will be even greater than what we've seen before because it's going to be able to make sure that this project can scale to the millions. Overall, the Basho era will see Cardano become one of the most high-performance, resilient, and flexible blockchain platforms in the industry. This will provide a network infrastructure with the capability to scale in a sustainable, secure way, as well as the ability to add new functionality without compromising the reliability at the core of the network. A lot of times what has happened is these crypto projects really work on speed and being the first one to the market, which is important, but with speed, sometimes you lose some of that functionality. And so Charles Hoskinson has always said that it's okay that we're going to be a little bit slower because we're going to do everything right. And when it does finally get unveiled, it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. And we're actually starting to see that now. And so I'd love to know what your guys' favorite projects are. Go ahead and write down in the comment section which coins you like, what's your favorite one. I'd love to do some research and do a deep dive into it the same way that I did for Cardano for today's video. And since you're down in the comment section anyway, the like button is right there. So just go ahead and click that for me, which will help out the YouTube algorithm, help me out greatly. Thank you so much. So the part that you guys have all been waiting for, of course, my price prediction. Now let me just say that this comes from just me looking at some patterns and trying to figure out what may happen and trying to put together a reasoning for why I might think this way. So at the beginning, when we went from Byron to Shelley, at the time, the Byron price was about 2 cents to 4 cents or so. And then when it hit Shelley, it skyrocketed up to 10 cents. Now, I know that right now, with it being over $2, a coin at 10 cents doesn't sound like skyrocketing, but when you look at the actual math, the actual percentage that it went up, that's a 250 to 500% increase from phase 1 to phase 2. Now, from the second phase Shelley to the third phase Go Gween, which I could be saying that totally wrong, roast me in the comment section, used to it. We're now, like I said, at an average of about $2.20 or so. So that's an average increase of over 2,000% from phase 2 to phase 3. So if we take the average growth between phase 1 and phase 2 and then from phase 2 to phase 3, we're looking at an average of about 1,000 because the high was closer to 2,000, the low was closer to 250 to 500%. So in the middle there's about 1,000% increase that we can expect. So from where we are in an average of about $2.20 to what I think will be in stage 4 at an increase of 1,000%, that puts the Cardano price at $22 because 1,000% is the same thing as a 10x. And so 10 times where we're at, $22. Now, even conceptualizing a $22 Cardano is insane. So let's just say that we're at half of that. So instead of 1,000% increase, we do a 500% increase. That still puts us at an $11 Cardano. And it's just pure history and pure math why I'm giving you these numbers. So I'm not just picking them out of the air. I'm backing it up with data of what's been happening with this project. And now with the use cases going through the roof, the partnerships going through the roof, why wouldn't it be at least what happened from phase 1 to phase 2? If not the trend, which, as we've seen, from phase 2 to phase 3 was much higher in percentage as far as increase. No matter how you slice it, this project has big things coming, and I'm super excited. I'm definitely doubling down on my investment. Cardano is my favorite project, and it has been for a while now, and I hope you do your research so that you can figure out even deeper why I like it as much as I like it. Never take any one person's advice or stance on any of this stuff, especially cryptocurrency, because we're just so new and there's just so much information out there for you to be able to check yourself. So do your research, get comfortable with some type of an investment, and good luck.